We feature New Hartford Fire Chief David Reynolds.
Reynolds has a full-time job as a Niagara Mohawk supervisor, but for decades, he's been keeping the New Hartford community safe as a volunteer firefighter.
Bound within these covers is 100 years of service by the New Hartford Volunteer Fire Department. For 21 years of this last chapter, David Reynolds has been serving as chief for the department.
When I joined 30 years ago, it was not my intention to be chief of the department.
Chief Reynolds, along with his 90 firefighters, do their duty as volunteers.
The New Hartford Fire Department is totally volunteer. There are no paid individuals.
These individuals rescue our loved ones, fight blazing flames without compensation.
Fire doesn't recognize the difference between a volunteer department and a paid department, so it's extremely important that all those volunteer departments out there are supported, and it's a way to become involved in your community.
On any given day, Chief Reynolds could be called away from his job or his family.
I generally respond from the house, so my gear is at the house.
And he not only fights fires, he fights fears through fire prevention.
It's nothing to be afraid of. He may be there some night to help you.
Kids are wide-eyed when he speaks, but the chief is a modest man who would rather impress upon you the good deeds of his department than the work he's done.
I'm certainly not unique in the fire service. There are many officers and members that dedicate their lives to the volunteer fire service and put many, many long hours in.
But in 2001, he responded to 397 calls.
It's a very real and tangible way of becoming involved in your community and doing a very, very important job.
During his tenure, all apparatus in the firehouse has been replaced, insisting his department has the most up-to-date equipment needed to ensure the safety of the community.
We are a very well-run, very well-equipped, and very well-trained department.
He's overseeing the implementation of the 24-hour centralized dispatching system.
The volunteer fire service weaves a very strong thread through many, many communities.
A thread Chief Reynolds wants to continue to strengthen, ensuring these uniforms are filled when the siren sounds.
The volunteer fire service is extremely important and oftentimes overlooked.
Chief Reynolds, proud to serve as a progressive, effective, and quiet leader.
I joined, much like any other member, just wanting to become involved and learn, and it's evolved into 20-plus years as chief of the largest fire company in Oneida County.
Our final Proud to Serve story is Friday. We'll introduce you to Paul Folletti. He dons two uniforms, one as a police officer and the other as a volunteer coach.